Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Yup, folks, that's the magic of the coasts and the sea. So, here we are in part 4 where we travel from Konark in Orissa to Kolkata. Sometimes it also reminds me of the ancient mariner who shot the albatross and invited his misfortune and bad luck. So, after crossing the Chilika Lake with much difficulty, we have reached the temple town of Puri in Orissa, and it's famous for its Jagannath temple. So, we are in the vicinity of the temple. Though we didn't have much time to look around and go into the temple due to the huge rush and the COVID checking that's taking place. So that's taking around 1.5 hours just to enter the temple premises. So we skipped that part but took a few snaps of the temple, and here it goes. We had to reach Konark by the end of the day, so we swiftly moved into the Puri Konark Marine Drive, which is a newly built road, and it's in excellent condition with an excellent coastal view. As you can see on my right hand side, that's the Puri Konark Highway. And there's also a few restaurants and good hotels around this highway, which are newly built by the Orissa Tourism Department. So you can just plan to settle around or have a sumptuous meal uh, while going through or passing through this highway. So we reached Konark by evening and settled down in a hotel. It was getting quite chilly in the evening compared to the state of Andhra. The state of Orissa is quite chilly. So we settled down, and in the morning we left for the Konark Sun Temple, which is really an architectural marvel and a place worth seeing. Yes, this is the chariot I was talking about. So let's see the Konark Temple. It's a 900-year-old marvel built somewhere in the 1200s. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and depicts a huge and high chariot which is being pulled by horses and wheels carved out of a single stone. There are 24 intricately designed wheels which are drawn by 7 horses. The 7 horses represent the week, and the wheels stand for the 12 months, while the day cycle is symbolized by the 8 spokes in these wheels. And the whole depiction tells us how the time is controlled by the sun, which is both enigmatic and also scientific. So, after visiting the Konark temple, we just had our breakfast and immediately started on our journey to Kolkata. It is around 550 kilometers, but due to some road construction going on in the NH16 between Kona to Kolkata, it took us considerable amount of time, and we reached the city of joy only in the evening after sunset. So we stayed in Calcutta for 3 days, had some great local food, met some friends, roamed around, and then I planned my solo trip back from Kolkata to Bangalore. So Kartik had some urgent office work which came up during that time, due to which he couldn't ride back to Bangalore. He had to transport his bike and take the flight, but I decided to carry on and continue my ride back from my hometown Kolkata to Bangalore. So on the day one of my return, I covered more than 800 kilometers. So currently I am in Orissa in the Ganjam region, and by evening I crossed the state of Orissa and entered Andhra. So my night stay was at Srikakulam town in Andhra, and I just happened to find a hotel while having my evening cup of tea. So there was a hotel owner who was also having a cup of tea in the same restaurant, and we just started a conversation. And by chance, I came to know that he's owning a hotel, and he gave me directions to his hotel, and that's the best hotel that I could find in that area. So I was lucky enough to meet the owner on the highway. Yep. 22nd December, 6 a.m. in the morning, I'm back on the highway, and I'm just 430 kilometers away from Vijayawada. So my next stop, I would plan like around 100 plus kilometers of ride and take a short break. But my today's agenda is definitely to cover around 800 kilometers again, because it's a 2000 kilometers long ride from Calcutta or Kolkata to Bangalore. So I need to be agile. I need to cover as much distance as possible in a single day. The highways are flat and smooth, making things easier for me. The weather was cool, no rain, bright and sunny, no fog. So it was helping me out. But yeah, on the day 3, of course, there's an obstacle which we will see soon. So currently I'm driving through the city of Vijayawada. There was horrible traffic jam in the city, and I somehow managed to cross it. And the lunchtime is over. I'm feeling very hungry, but I do not want to stop in the city and again get caught in the next traffic jam. So just want to cross it and find some eatery on the highway. So I somehow managed to find a good hotel on the highway, had a really big meal, and after that I started again and somehow I will ride into the sunset and then find a hotel for myself again. So I stopped in the city of Nellore for a night break, and again in the morning, sharp at 6 o'clock, I had to start back. That's the final day, and on day 3, I will be reaching Bangalore. So it's day 3, dark, foggy, and chilly morning. So I have to drive through quite a bit of foggy zone, and at last, when the sun came up bright, then I could come out of this region, and yeah, it was relief at last. So let's see. The fog was over at last, and finally it was the 6-lane Tirupati highway, which was really amazing. So after crossing the Tirupati road, I have almost reached Kolar and just 60 kilometers away from Bangalore. So I'm almost home, and I think the mountains at the far end have already started greeting me. So after passing through the city traffic, at last I am back home. Yes. So end of a 2-week ride from Bangalore to Kolkata, covering the entire east coast and then back again.